Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Amidst ongoing conflict in Iran and disruptions to crude oil supply, 6 Middle Eastern nations, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, Oman, and Bahrain, have jointly declared South Korea as their top priority for energy supply. According to Thai Sounds, citing South Korean media reports today, this statement was made during a meeting between South Korean Vice Premier Gu Yoon-chul and the ambassadors of the Gulf Cooperation Council, GCC, member states on April 3rd. The declaration is seen as an effort to prevent South Korea, a significant customer of Middle Eastern crude oil, from seeking alternative energy sources. South Korea imported 69.1% of its 907.24 million barrels of crude oil from the Middle East last year, with Saudi Arabia being its largest crude supplier and Qatar a key LNG provider. Analysts suggest that the Middle Eastern countries also recognize the importance of South Korea's advanced crude oil processing facilities, which can transform high-impurity crude into high-value products, making them a crucial part of the global energy supply chain. For example, Australia relies on South Korea for 25% of its petroleum products, and the U.S. for 8%, with 68.6% of its imported aviation fuel originating from South Korea. The Middle Eastern nations are reportedly concerned that if their partnership with South Korea is not secured, South Korean refiners might shift to North Sea Brent or U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude, potentially eroding the Middle East dominance in the global oil market. NBC News reports on the rapid rise and subsequent reevaluation of OpenClaw, a highly autonomous open-source AI agent in China. Dubbed lobsters by Chinese users due to its red logo, OpenClaw helps individuals like Hu Ki-yoon with job applications, saving hours daily. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang has lauded it as the next ChatGPT and the most successful open-source project in the history of humanity. Its adoption in China is almost double that in the US, with over 600 million users. However, this frenzy is tempered by significant security concerns. OpenClaw can take over a user's entire computer and is vulnerable if not properly configured, leading to reports of indiscriminate email deletion and unauthorized credit card purchases. China's National Cybersecurity Alert Center warned that nearly 23,000 users' assets were exposed to cyber attack. In response, Chinese authorities are developing standards and restricting its use in companies and government. Despite these risks, Chinese tech giants like Alibaba, Baidu, and ByteDance are launching OpenClaw-based products, and Shenzhen offers grants for related startups, indicating a complex, dual approach to this powerful yet risky technology. 联合早报 reports that anti-war demonstrations have erupted in both Israel and Iraq, calling for an immediate end to the nearly 6-week-long U.S.-Israel-Iran conflict, which has reached a stalemate. In Tel Aviv, thousands of Israelis defied a government ban on large gatherings, protesting Prime Minister Netanyahu's military actions against Iran. Organizers from the United for Peace grassroots group, including its leader, were arrested, demanding an end to the wars in Iran, Lebanon, Gaza, and ethnic cleansing in the West Bank. An Israeli National Security Institute survey reveals growing war fatigue, with public confidence in the military's ability to dismantle Iran's regime or nuclear program significantly dropping. Simultaneously, supporters of Shiite leader Muqtada al-Sadr in Baghdad and across Iraq held rallies condemning the U.S. and Israeli aggression against Iran. Iraqi citizens expressed profound concern as their country is drawn into the conflict, enduring airstrikes on U.S. targets and pro-Iran groups. Iranian citizens also voiced anxiety about further destruction, fearing the country might be sent back to the Stone Age. Al Jazeera reports that Palestinian Christians in occupied East Jerusalem experienced a somber and quiet Holy Week due to severe Israeli restrictions. The Christian quarter of the Old City saw deserted streets and shuttered businesses, heavily impacted by ongoing closures stemming from the U.S.-Israel war on Iran. A local shopkeeper, Bulos, lamented having no business, while Brother Daoud Kasabri, a school principal, noted that in-person classes have been suspended for over a month. Adding to the distress, Israeli authorities barred Cardinal Pier Battista Pizzaballa, the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, and other senior church officials from entering the Church of the Holy Sepulchre for Palm Sunday Mass, an unprecedented restriction in centuries. While Prime Minister Netanyahu later cited safety concerns and partially relented for private ceremonies, local Palestinian Christians view these actions as a challenge to the established status quo governing holy sites and an attempt to assert Israeli sovereignty. Bishop Emeritus Munib Yunan highlighted instances of hostility, and Father Faris Ababo called for steadfastness as active spiritual resistance amid dwindling community numbers and growing emigration desires among young Palestinian Christians. Antara reports that Indonesia's Environment Minister, Hani Faisal Nurofik, highlighted the significant challenges and high costs associated with managing marine and island waste. He explained that once waste enters the sea, it becomes difficult to process, especially in incinerators, due to its salt content, which can lead to harmful dioxins and furans when burned. A major contributing factor is inadequate land-based waste management, with only about 25% of national waste currently processed and 60% ending up in landfills, leaving approximately 40% unmanaged and prone to flowing into the sea. President Joko Widodo has instructed that land-based waste issues be resolved by 2029. Nurofik emphasized prioritizing land waste management before tackling marine waste and stressed that marine waste management is a shared responsibility between central and regional governments. Efforts, including coordinated operations with military and police, are underway in areas like Bali, where ocean currents cause waste accumulation. The ministry is refining strategic measures with a national team, requiring strong support from governors. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.